Hi, hi, and hello, and welcome back to the Dark Souls informative playthrough. As always, we are here to play Dark Souls and have us a bit of fun. Last time around, we completed our quest, officially completed our quest to get every single one of those Lord Souls. So now we're all set and good to fight the final boss if you wanted to do that. The thing is that we're not gonna do that yet because there's still the DLC to contend with, and the DLC is quite a meaty experience in and of itself. I have not kindled this bonfire, and I really should. Well, I've not kindled it all the way through, I should say. I'm not going to bother doing it because this is just a play file for the purposes of this video series, but I recommend that by the end of the game, before you decide to fight the final boss, and if you're planning to do a second playthrough on the same file, that you kindle all the bonfires that you can before doing so. Just so they remain kindled at 20 Estus by the time you reach the next playthrough. So, because a lot of things carry over from one playthrough to the next, but one of the things that does not carry over is the rite of kindling. So right off the bat at the start of the game, you won't be able to kindle your bonfires all the way to 20 Estus like we can now. So be prepared, don't be stupid, just go all the way to 20 Estus, especially in those particularly well recurred bonfires such as the Undead Parish, which is a, you find yourself there a lot in the game. So it'll be smart to kindle that one for sure. By my estimation, you should get enough humanity throughout all the game to be able to kindle pretty much every bonfire. Or at least every important bonfire, every warp bonfire at the very least should be kindled before you defeat the final boss. But anyway, enough about that. Now we are going to concentrate on getting up there to where the DLC was. And if you remember correctly, we can get there via the lake where the Hydra used to be in. I'm going to kindle this just out of obligation. Yeah, where we defeated the first lake Hydra. That's where we'll want to go now. It's kind of a long walk there, but it's okay. Oh, what happened? I wanted to kindle and then he kind of skipped the animation. That's weird. This game is not immune to hiccups. We saw a pretty funny one last episode with the lizard or scorpion, like I don't know what it was, like arachnoid, insectoid boss, basically clipping through to the floor to his death. So yeah, many of the ghost characters that you face here, most of them respawn. I think there's only a few that don't. So be on your guard. I think the knight doesn't respawn. There was a knight, remember? Yeah. Okay. This guy has pretty fast attacks, so we want to contend with him as carefully as we can. But I think we're pretty damn strong at this point. We could go through here, or we could go... Yeah, we went through there last time, so let's just take this route now. I think it's a little more direct. So you want to get to the lake, and you want to get all the way to where you rescued Dusk of Ulasil, who was the lady that was trapped inside of the yellow crystal golem. Remember that we did that? Yeah. But now the only way that we can actually access the DLC is to use the pendant that we got at the Duke's Archives. Remember that too? When we were at the Duke's Archives, we got a special pendant from another crystal golem that we killed. And that pendant is what will trigger us being able to, well, get to where we need to go, which is going to be basically we're about to time travel. Yes, there's time traveling in this game. It's not really a involved mechanic, the time travel, but you know, it's basically just a warp. But we're gonna go through time, and depending on how we do, we might be able to finish the whole of the DLC in 2 episodes. It might be 3. I'm still not decided. Basically, there's 4 bosses in the DLC, one of which is pretty minor. So it's really just 3 pretty involved boss fights that we do. But one of them is kind of, well, it's optional in the DLC. Well, all of it is optional, obviously, but one of them is a little out of the way, let's say. So depending on how it all lines up, we might be able to do it in 2 episodes or maybe 3. It doesn't matter really. So now there's this hole in the air that we approach, examine, and here we go. And here we are, Sanctuary Garden. This is the first area of the Ulasil region, which is where we are. We're no longer in Lordran. Or well, I don't know if that's completely accurate though. It's kind of hard to say. Anyway, we're not gonna kindle that bonfire, but as soon as we start, we're on the first boss fight. Yeah, they throw you in just like that. And already he's trying to shower us with lightning bolts. So the bosses in the DLC, all of them, have much more involved attacking patterns. It's like they really well, they had time to examine how they had been designing the game all so far, and so these bosses are a little bit more. I won't say necessarily more difficult than the ones in the base game, but they are a little more complex. Like they have more attacks, they have more involved patterns and such. So don't lower your guard. This is just the first one, but don't lower your guard with him. He can still kick your ass if you're not careful, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be extra careful. Normally he does more attacks than that, but there he neglected to do it. Okay, that. Alright, I'm gonna try and recover my HP now. 2 chucks, actually. Alright, and we strike. There you go. Okay, that's it. Yeah, the Sanctuary Guardian, huh? Sanctuary Guardian. I forget where we came from, but let's just say this is where we ought to go now. Next. Maybe I was wrong though. No, this is the way. This is the way. And then we find ourselves here in this Ulasil Sanctuary. There's another bonfire here, and this one is a little more important, so we are going to kindle it. Just in case we die. Just in case we die. We have enough humanity, and we're gonna be getting a bunch of it actually soon enough. So we're not worried about kindling all of this. There's a mushroom with eyes that's looking at us over there, and it's an NPC, a friendly one too. So don't worry, it cannot hurt us. So the DLC basically is comprised of 2 big areas, let's say, connected by a few few interesting kind of non, let's just say, non-monster places where there's no enemies, and those big areas are quite big. Like they're quite enormous, so you want to be well equipped. Sure thing. A mushroom named Elizabeth. It's kind of nuts, huh? Kind of nuts that a mushroom is your godmother. It's kind of fucked up. Okay, so we are going to make our way to the forest. Yeah, this is a big old forest area where you can actually get lost if you are not paying attention. And our objective is to get to a Colosseum area where we will be fighting the first major boss of the DLC and also one of the more famous bosses. I think he has become. It's none other than the Knight Artorias himself. Artorias is a character that shows up in the lore quite a bit. So I guess a lot of people were stoked that he was finally made into a boss fight for the DLC. Now these giants are the enemy you want to take care of in the woods. The other woods warriors thingies with the big old haystack. I don't know what that tool is called. Like the rake with the rakes. Those are really easy, but these giants, when they plant their hammer in the ground, you want to get away as soon as you can, because they'll just do that attack where they take it out of the ground and cause trouble. And when you're in these woods, you want to be looking for ways to go first to the left and then down. Okay, I want to take care of this enemy first before I even attempt to fight this other dude. Actually, that was good that my attack was interrupted there. It gave me a slightly shorter animation to work with. Yeah, we want to get there. But as you see, the pathway is not that straightforward. We have to go through down there, but we cannot actually drop because that would be our death. So we have to find another way down. This is a place where we can trigger a shortcut later on, but right now obviously it's not active. Gauntlets. Yeah, the Guardian set is hidden all around the woods, and you can take your time in finding it. It's not gonna do me much good here, but hey, if you want to do it, go ahead. Okay, so we're gonna go around this part of the woods until we find the pathway that can take us to the other side of this ravine. And thankfully the enemy variety here is actually pretty low. There's really only these Rake Warriors and the Stone Guardians that you have to worry about. So once you have both of those figured out, the rest of it should not be difficult at all. Okay, and they are very slow, but they're very strong, so don't let your guard down. Yeah, they're very strong. Okay. And I was in a very bad position there, so... Oh, shit. Okay, I almost fucked up there. There you go. Okay. The leggings. I'm not going out of my way to get this, by the way. so don't expect me to. Oh, now who's that? Yep, that is the Black Dragon Kalameet. He's one of the boss fights that we have to do, and he is, depending on how this all plays out, he might be either the first, the third, or the fourth boss I fight in this place. But let's wait and see, huh? Okay, we got ourselves Twinkling Titanite. Okay, we missed there, but it's not a biggie. And it's just a very simple pattern that we're following. There you go. Okay, we can drop down here. And we're just gonna keep following this trail. I have some giant scissors. That's not gonna work, buddy. And yeah, you might have already noticed that this is a big ass, huge ass area. But I'm not going to bother finding every nook and cranny here because we are past needing any of these items, honestly. Yeah, those guys aren't an issue at all. Those guys are trimming the leaves off of the woods, so that's fine, I guess. Okay, they didn't like me. They didn't like me doing that, getting that gold coin. Okay. There's 2 more giants there that we have to deal with. But you know what? Maybe I don't have to deal with both of them. Let's try and just sneak past the left one and just deal with... Okay, no. We've triggered both of them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna run away. Sometimes it's easier to just do that. And we're gonna go through here and we're gonna trigger this elevator. That'll take us down. And maybe they want to drop down, but if they do, they'll just die, so they are more than welcome to try. And that's the way. We've reached the Colosseum now, so that's the way to fight Artorias. Before we do that, I'm going to go through here.
Let me guess. Snatched by a shadowy limb and dragged off to the palace. Yes, of course. Exactly what happened to me. We are both strangers.
This guy looks like a Bloodborne character.
Now there are 2 of us.
And maybe he's intended to be like a reference to Bloodborne.
So long.
But I'm not, I can't really tell either way. I have played a little bit of Bloodborne, but not really enough to know any one character in particular. But I don't know, the aesthetic that guy has, all over him reeks of Bloodborne to me. So before we go on to fight Artorias, we are going this way. At least I think this is the right thing to do. Huh. It's just no. Yeah, this is the right thing to do. This is definitely the right thing to do. Okay, these are kind of like weird rat dogs. Like they're like dogs, but they have rat tails, which is very disturbing. Honestly, at this point, these guys shouldn't be troubling you at all. They behave just the same as the dogs from the base game, so you don't have to sweat any additional patterns. Okay, and that's all we need to do. Now that we've seen Kalameet fly over there, that means that the boss fight against him will trigger as long as we drop down there. But it's not as easy as that. You see, Kalameet normally flies over you, and you cannot really damage him in any meaningful way. So you have to do something extra in order to bring him down so that you can fight him on the ground. And in order to do that, we need an item that we can only get when we are a little bit a ways into the, let's say, the third boss of the area. And by that time, I'm not sure if it's going to be convenient for us to backtrack. So what we might do is just complete all of the next kind of section, and then just go for Kalameet independently, you know. That might be for the best. Alrighty then, it's time to fight Artorias. I hope you're ready. I think I am ready, but you know, this guy is pretty tricky. Yeah, he's lost his mind apparently. He's become insane. So he's pretty damn brutal. The Knight Artorias. Okay, Knight Artorias is coming. And this guy has a lot of different attack patterns, like a lot of them. And he, depending on how much HP he has left, he will actually change his attack patterns and, you know, respond accordingly to the situation. So, okay, that's the indication that he's about to change his pattern. So now he's pissed. And every time he gets a little bit more pissed, and his attacks are much stronger. Like so, he continues to roll at you in that way. Okay. And we got hit there. We can't really help that. Okay, right. I'm going to recover my HP now. Man, and that's the problem with Artorias in general, is that you barely have enough time to recover your HP before he just strikes again. So you need to wait for the right moment. Okay. Okay, that's a good moment. That was close. Okay, he's gonna attack again. No. Okay, he rolls away. And as you can see, the difficulty with Artorias is that he gives you very little windows to actually attack him safely. Like that's one, but it's not as common as you might think. Okay, okay, okay. Can we attack him there? Okay, I'm gonna use this opportunity to heal because he's gonna do his little thingy. And he's very low now, but that means that he's at the most dangerous now. This is the last phase. And he will be relentless in his attacks. Like he will, yeah. And then he'll do it again, Okay, sometimes he does it like up to 4 times. So don't be tricked. Okay. Never attack him after a quick attack. You know, he recovers too fast and he'll just attack right away, and the trade will almost will almost never be worth it. Like there, I mean, I don't think that trade was worth it in the end. Maybe it was, but I need to recover my health in order to make it so. Okay. Okay, we made it. We made it all work. We made it all work. Okay, one more. Are you gonna jump again? No. Okay. And we want him to do that attack. That attack is really weak, and we can trade with it easily. And then we attack, and he's dead. Alright. Rest in peace, Artorias. And that was pretty fast. I'm actually not gonna end it here. I'm gonna keep going. Yeah. Why should I end it? So, this is a mist door that takes you to a PvP area that's filled with some PvP stuff that we're not gonna touch for obvious reasons. Alright. Alright. Let's kindle it up. And back there we could have gone to the upper level of the Colosseum. But it's not necessary that we do that yet. There'll be a time for that later on. Let's level up first. I'm on HP. Okay, Kindle. Let's get all the kindling possible. And onwards is the Ulasil Township, which is also a really huge area that's filled with all sorts of goodies. But we're not gonna go out of our way to get most of them, because this is all about getting it done. And we want things done. And now that I remember something, I neglected to mention this in the last episode, but I don't think I'm gonna do my whole grinding for my armor thing, since it's not really all that important. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna reinforce my armor in whichever ways I can right now. So, you know, let's do this. I think it's more worth it to reinforce this, since it gives me more bang for the buck. Okay, I have 5 left, so is it more worth it to do 1 here and 3 spread out? It might be. Oh, whatever. Let's just go with this. That's not too bad. Alright, so now we are stronger than ever, bulkier than ever, and we can proceed. So, there's really only 2 types of enemies in the Ulasit Township. There's these guys, and there's guys that look really similar but are mages and attack you from a distance. Those ones you want to take care of. You want to be careful with those. Otherwise, these guys are, you know, they can kill you. You know, don't underestimate them, but they are not too complicated to play around. Like, they come at you, they attack, and then you can attack them back, and you know, that's the way you deal with them. This is a shortcut that you'll be able to access later. It goes very, very deep, because deep is where we want to go now. We want to go straight into the abyss, actually, is where we're going. We've been in the abyss before, when we defeated the 4 kings. But that was way in the future, when the abyss, well, wasn't what it is now. I'm gonna kill this guy first. And I believe there's one rearing up here. No. The dangerous thing about these mages is that they shoot black magic at you. Black magic that is very damaging even if you block it, as usual. So that's why you want to kill them. And if you don't block it, man, that magic can kill you really fast. Like, we're talking 1 or 2 shot if you're not careful. Okay, there's an invasion happening. I don't want to fight in those stairs. Well, that's the Bloodborne guy. That's the Bloodborne guy. Okay. That was pretty simple. Didn't drop a lot of souls, at least not compared to Kirk and the other invaders. Is this a mimic? Yeah. Something smelled funny about that one. Okay. Oh yeah, all along these houses, there's all of sorts of things you can collect. It gets pretty insane, actually, but I don't think we need to do that. Okay, we let ourselves be hit there. So there's a mage there, and we want to cross this bridge. Yep. Yeah, stop laughing at me, man. There you go. Okay. Large titanite shards can still be useful even at this point in the game, so might as well get them. We're not gonna use them, but it's just as a way for me to illustrate that sort of thing. And they're dropping down from over there. And basically, in order to fight Kalameet, you need an item that's over there where there's that guy that's laughing all by himself. To get there, we'll have to go around a specific path that I'm going to show to you. I'm not 100% familiarized with it, but I've done it a couple times before, so I shouldn't have a lot of trouble. There's a mage attacking us from far away, but if we back away, then it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, there's another mage back here. I'm gonna take care of that one. Okay. Okay, yeah. I should have blocked there. But I didn't, and it has cost me my life. So yeah, don't underestimate those motherfuckers. We have a ton of HP, and it still just fucking did us in. I thought I'd be able to reach him with my halberd before it concluded its attack, but obviously I failed. That's okay. I expected to die at least once in the DLC. The DLC is not easy, you know. They made sure to not make it very easy, which is, I guess how Dark Souls is supposed to be. By this point, you can still notice certain differences in the design philosophy, like I mean, most notably in the bosses, right? You can tell that some time has passed and that the developers had some time to think about the way they designed certain elements of the game. And the boss fights are the most, the most obvious example, with the bosses being a lot more dynamic in their attack patterns and giving you a lot less time to react in general. So yeah, I would say that the bosses of the DLC are probably among the hardest bosses in the game. Like Artorias on the second playthrough is pretty damn hard. He's pretty damn hard. He's probably he's definitely harder than the final boss. That's what I'll say. One thing I will say is that the design and patterns of these bosses are actually similar to one particular boss fight in the original game, and that boss fight is none other than Gwyn, the final boss. So really, fighting against Artorias reminds me a little bit of fighting against Gwyn, in that he doesn't give you a lot of windows to either recover your health or attack him without trading, which I think they must have realized made for a interesting pattern for a boss fight. Gwyn is not particularly hard, but he can be problematic for that reason, because he can do damage to you, and he doesn't give you a lot of time to kind of counteract him. Okay, we're gonna lure these guys. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, that was a kind of insane attack. I want to take these down one by one if I can. Okay. And before I go against that guy, I'm gonna recover my health. That's the attack that killed me last time. We block it this time. And there's another mage there. And we want to run straight at him. Okay, we are surrounded. And I'm going to back away. Okay, we kill two in one hit. We kill this one, and then while we block, it doesn't matter what happens, we'll just block the shit out of him. Okay, yeah. Okay, we should be safe now, relatively speaking. So you want to go through there. That's the way that you would take if you want to continue with the story of the DLC. But instead of doing that, we are going to go this way, so that we can get the item that we need to fight Kalameet. Through here and up through here. No, we kind of messed up there. Okay, here we go. There's this guy here. We kill him. And there he is, laughing like a maniac. And then we want to roll over there. Like so. And then we kill this mimic. And he's got the crest key. The crest key is what we need to open a certain door that will give us access to the means of taking down Kalameet for good. Now here's the interesting part. I could just go back and fight Kalameet right now. But I won't do that. Instead, I will continue and fight the other boss. So that we can just get it over with in one run, and we don't lose, you know, the additional time that it gets, that would take to just run back everything. Okay, we go through here, we keep going down. Yeah, this area can be a little confusing, but just, you know, be mindful of where you are and you should have no problem. Oh, that's a spell. There's a lot of useful spells in here, by the way. If you're a mage, you can get some pretty crazy sorceries in this part that they added, obviously, for the DLC. So that's one thing to keep in mind. There's 2 mages and 3 of these guys. I'm gonna back away. I can kill them. Okay. Oh my god. Well, that should not have happened. But you know, this gives me a... This actually gives me a freebie. We can just go and fight Kalameet now. I'm not too worried about him killing me, you know. Because we just dropped some souls back there, and might be bad to just lose them. But at this point in the game, I'm not worried. That's 50,000 souls, and I'm like, whatever, man. Because 50,000 souls is just 1 level up, right? Now, it's not a lot more than that. And 1 level up is what, like 20 points of vitality right now, because that's what I'm doing. So it's not a big issue. So there's this friendly giant. You talk to him.
Must be the one who freed Artorias, that old friend he was. Thanks to thee, he left this world with honor intact, and here I am, retired and blind. Of little help to thee, I'm afraid. Dragons shall never be forgotten. We knights fought valiantly.
He's tied to the wall.
For every one of them, we lost 80 of our own. Exhilaration, pride, hatred, rage.
No, this is not all that important. What you want to do is talk to him multiple times. Yeah.
Yes, I thought as much. He's called Kalameet, ferocious dragon indeed. Even mighty Analonda dared not provoke his ire. I see little good coming from this, but thy intent is to persevere.
Yep.
Good. What is bravery without a dash of recklessness? I've taken a liking to thee, and I owe thee much for thy service to Artorias.
Now this is a pretty good cutscene. Just take a look at what this guy is gonna do. That's the bullseye.
Yes. Artorias' shot was never loose. That bat will be grounded for a good spell. The rest is in thine hands. Dragon slaying.
Oh yes, so now that Kalameet is grounded, we can go and fight him properly. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. So I guess that I'll fight Kalameet now and probably end it there, and just have the next episode be the rest of the DLC. We can, focus on clearing the Ulasil township, and get our souls back eventually. I don't intend to die against Kalameet, but I guess anything can happen. Oh yeah, this. She's another one of the 4 knights of Gwyn or whatever. This Artorias is one of them.
You.
Yeah.
Is that not the soul of the man who fell on this spot? He was a dear friend. I wish to pay proper respect with that soul. Would you be willing to part with it?
He asks for the soul of Artorias, and in return, she gives you her weapons, I think. But you don't have to do that.
Of course. I must not be presumptuous. Artorias would not have approved.
You can actually, if you kill her, you can just get it. But why? I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. Let's just get it on. We're back at the Royal Wood, and we were going to return to where Kalameet is, so that we can properly fight him. And the fight against Kalameet is also a very kind of complex. It can be a complex fight. He's got a lot of different attacks and patterns, but ultimately it all boils down to being able to execute at the right time, which is block, attack when he's vulnerable, and that's basically it. There's not a lot. I don't think he's as difficult as Artorias, not even close actually. So don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. One thing you have to be careful of is obviously he has a dragon breath attack, which is magic, so you want to dodge it if possible. Now let's just go down these stairs, and once we descend, the fight will begin officially. There you go, Black Dragon Kalameet. Here he comes. Yeah, I should not have bothered picking that up. You can wait until after the fight to pick shit up. Okay, he's breathing his black fire, or yellowish fire. Okay, oh, after he lunges, he does that, so be careful. Okay. Does the tail slam. He has a lot of HP, by the way. You can see from how we're damaging him that he's not really sweating it all that much. But otherwise, he has the same weakness as a lot of like huge bosses have, which is he can't handle you being close very well. He has a few answers for that, which is of course going up. But in general, you can just block him and attack him without much trouble. We're gonna want to heal up eventually. I'm waiting for him to give me a good opportunity. Like this is a good opportunity. Is it now? Yeah, it was. Ultimately, we recovered some HP there. Okay, that did not connect. I could be striking with 2 hands, but in this fight, there's already a very short window to block as it is, so I'm not gonna risk that. Okay, we attack. Okay, okay, gave us that. I take some time to recover my stamina before doing anything too crazy, because Kalameet's attacks are frequent enough that stamina is actually a very important part of this fight. And he does a tail slam. I can sneak in another attack there. We try to lower our shield whenever he's not attacking to speed up our stamina recovery. Okay, he got us there. He got us there. I'm gonna recover my HP. I'm gonna use that opportunity to recover. And we stay away a little bit so that doesn't hit us. An unfortunate part of staying away is that you lose the lock on, and that can mess up your movement like really bad. Like actually, that's part of the reason I died in the last episode, because oh shit, he does a grab attack. Thankfully, it doesn't do a lot of damage. It doesn't do almost any damage actually, but he cast a little like curse on us, which I'm very nervous about. I'm not entirely sure what that thing does, but I'm sure it can't be good. It probably lowers our defense or something, so I'm going to recover our HP to full just in case. And we've nearly taken him down, so oh okay. I don't think he has any more crazy attacks to show here. Let's just recover. And thankfully for us, he decides to do a very slow attack there. And he's dead. Black Dragon Kalameet taken care of. And he gives you a Calamity Ring, which I don't know what it does. We're gonna go up ahead and pick up those two items that are over yonder. Soul of a Hero and Brave Warrior. Let's just bone away to the bonfire. Great. Let's level up. So yeah, I'm gonna cut it short there, and next episode I'm gonna just do the rest of the DLC. I'm just gonna do the rest of the DLC, and hopefully that will be the final one before we take on the final boss proper. So we'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.